Good morning. This is Dr. Barb Gast with GBS151 at Mesa Community College. You'll be meeting with me on Tuesday and Thursday at noon at the Dobson location. So I wanted to get you some kind of a feel for the class before we meet. The most important thing you can do right now is order your textbook. It's an interactive textbook, and what I mean by that is you first have to read the textbook. Some of you may be returning to school, and I know there's some issues with COVID. We have employment issues, economic issues. There's all kinds of challenges before us. But I want you to know, first of all, that I'm here to support you. If there's something that I can do, you want to privately talk to me, I'll be happy to do that. But here, let's start off on the right footing with the business class. This is your introduction to business. It has basic principles that you need to be acquainted with. So you have to read the textbook. This is an electronic textbook. I hear you. Some of you are coming on campus because you want the face-to-face. In the textbook industry, I would say over the years, I've seen it evolve from less hard copy to the electronic version for a couple reasons. One is to keep down the cost. This is still an expensive textbook. It's over $100. It's going to be tough on many budgets, but you have to secure it. You do not need a code. Don't be purchasing something online that gives you a code, because that code won't unlock it. We're not using that. You have to have the interactive version. This is not a code-oriented one. And you'll see that in my instructions, the written instructions. Also, something that's a little bit different for many of our students, even the students who are returning, saying, I'm used to college textbooks. This is very different in the fact that it's interactive. That means that you, when you click it on, you don't download anything, can't print anything out, although you can order, add an extra cost, the hard copy. But you cannot just go with a hard copy in this class, because we're going to be taking our exams through the textbook. We're going to be doing assignments, not only the assignment instructions, but they'll be graded, many of these electronically, so that you have feedback immediately what the score is on taking little mini exams and things of that sort. So that's, I think, more than anything in the past year, I think people have stumbled on getting started. Get that textbook, get it electronically. Talk to me if there's some issues going on that maybe we can find some solutions for. Okay, first thing. So this first week, there'll be some things you need to do with the textbook. Get acquainted, there's an orientation. You say, oh, I don't need all that. You don't miss those points. One of them's worth 100 points. And as we got further into the class, that made a big difference. On a 1,000-point system, losing 100 points is pretty serious. So be sure to pay attention to your points. Some are, say, zeros allocated, and you say, oh, I can skip that. They're trying to get you used to the electronic textbook, and they're very serious about having you look at some of those videos. Okay. Now, what we'll be doing in class, we'll be going through each module. A module usually lasts about a week. Looking over the list, we'll be going through what is just a thumbnail sketch of what business environment is. This is the precursor, or the class that would introduce you to other business courses, but you also find this foundation that crosses over disciplines. So having some basic understanding about structure of business, the relationship between employers and employees, the external environment in which we're operating in a regulatory, but also the dynamics of COVID and remote, not only remote learning, but remote work is becoming more commonplace. So these are new ideas. I'm open. This is not just simply, I'm going to tell you what you need to think, but we want to give you the tools to be able to have a dialogue on business, and that we all agree what those definitions are to begin with. and that will lead to better discussions in future classes. As far as myself, I've been teaching at MCC for a couple years. Prior to that, I've been with other universities, but basically teaching college for the last 15 years. So my background in management, I have three graduate degrees in management, and so it's a good basis for me to draw on as we have examples. Prior to teaching, I was very active in both the private sector and the business sector, and nonprofits and business. With running of government, used to run a licensing board, a marketing board, working with boards is my specialty. So when we talk about structures, I can certainly give you some examples. All right, I'm pretty open to hearing your view of the world. We'll try to have activities in the classroom that will allow you to apply some of these principles, but certainly feel free to share your own perspective, your own experience. And last, I'll leave you with this. It's important to start citing or giving your source of information. So I'm going to offer you as one of the announcements how to cite, both in MLA, which is what we use at Mesa Community College, but some of us use APA. I'm saying what we need to do is avoid the hearsay, avoid a personal opinion. I think this, I think that. What we want to develop is business opinions based on facts. And those facts, we need to look at how credible they are. And we'll be talking about that as we move through the class. Okay? Hope you're excited like I am. I can't wait to see you in the classroom on Tuesday. And just really dig down and find that textbook so we can get started right away. You'll use it in the first week, but I've had some students that had to delay a week or so. We'll work around that, but you need to have that available to you in order to do the assignments. I don't know what else to say. All right, it's nice to see you. We'll have a wonderful conversation the first week, and to bring your ideas, bring your open mind, and let's get started. Okay, take care. Be good.